Hello, Sagittarians. How are you guys? My Sages. I call them my Sages. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Patty. For those of you that are brand new, I thank you for stopping in and checking my channel out. For those of you that have actually subscribed and watch me on a regular basis, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate it very, very much. Divine appreciates it, and hopefully you're learning something and taking things away from it. So let's get started. This is for February 1st through the 7th, guys. And the thing about February is it's love month. It is love month. I hate to say it. It is. So a lot of you guys don't know if you're brand new, but I do study psychology and behavior health and behavior and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is that human behavior, we have mating seasons in the year, just like other animals do. And ours is usually mid-February to mid-April. So it's usually about a month, but depends on the person. So yeah, this is love month. It's not because of Valentine's. It actually is happening. So if you're coming into new people, new energies, new vibrations for that, or as far as getting to know somebody new for some potential love, that's probably why. So let's get started. So for those that are brand new, also, I'm going to pull 3 oracles. I don't normally go to the past, but the divine has asked me to pull 3 because we are, or he's finding, and I'm finding also, that the energies from the past is what is our decisions. You know, we do make our decisions from things from our past. So I'm going to pull the first card as the past energy and find out where we are sort of broken in that thought process. Then we're going to have the current energies for this week, for the 1st through the 7th, and then we're going to have future energies. I just got done doing a full moon reading. And that was actually quite interesting because we have the Mercury retrograde coming up. So with Mercury retrograde, that's an energy all by itself. It's very powerful, low vibrational energy that we have to sort of fight and keep away from, just because it likes to create havoc. So yeah, we just went through that last year for a long time. It lasted a lot longer than what it's supposed to. So that energy, yeah, is here again, people. I hate to say it. So full moon is today, the 28th, and then the Mercury retrograde, and then the moon goes into, is it Cancer? No, Virgo. Goes into Virgo on the 30th, and then it also is Mercury retrograde. Sorry, guys, but it's coming. So that's why I'm preparing you for it, okay? Right. So if you haven't watched the full moon video, it is now uploaded and you can watch that. So our energy, our past energy that is seeming to have some hindrance on our future is protection. And you're like, Patty, why would that be? You know, don't you want to protect yourself? Yeah, you do. But sometimes people overprotect, way overprotect. And that's called helicoptering as a parent. And that actually can do more damage than it actually can do beneficial. So 8, 11, that is number 2. The number 2 is actually about bringing, I'm doing numerology in my head. So the number 2 is out bringing a partnership together, or actually making a partnership go away. Remember, this is love month. We want to bring people to us, not again. Well, we might want to send some people away, don't we? All right, and then the current energy is the novice. So this is the week energy. So not week, but this week's energy is the novice. And for those brand new, the novice is about innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity, which is very, very true. As a new, learning something new as we go, and maybe we need to learn how to let go and not be so overly protective of certain things. But this is new too. This is a current energy. This is actually a very full moon energy because we have sort of a curiosity going on. We also have a lot of anxiety and unstillness going on with this full moon today. And then also too, it's a newness, we have no idea. So how could we practice something we have no idea about, right? Future energy, which seems to be in a lot of the readings this week, is the hawk with omens and messages. Now, those could be positive, those could be negative, those could be high vibrational, those could be low vibrational. Let's find out. All right, so let's go. So I'm going to see what the divine wants me to share with you. 8, oh, 9, 10, 11, 5, instability, and 2. Interesting. Your current or your first energy that's hindering you is also the same numerology energy. So it's either you're fighting bringing somebody to you, or you're fighting trying to get rid of somebody, or something. That could be like a people with a stronghold. They'll be called addiction in the earth world, but a stronghold in the spiritual world. An addiction, it could be that as well, and it's very unstable. And this is an unstable. This, especially from now through the 30th, very unstable energies because of the Mercury retrograde coming in. But the great thing about this full moon, hello, welcome, welcome. This full moon is actually very positive. So it's all about the heart. It's in Leo. So the full moon's in the heart. So this is, all, again, the month of love. February is going to be the month of love. So this is an awesome thing. But you have to really think with your heart, which is your intuition, which is more spiritual, which is more, trust, that kind of a thing. So let's see where we're going to go with that. Yeah, somebody's definitely thinking further out, way, 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 way out there. What Sagittarians doing that? So we are really, really definitely thinking way out there, sometimes a little bit too far out. And so that's where that protection's getting in trouble. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all a personal opinion, I think. It is all a personal opinion. However, this is for your future. This is for something for the future. You're thinking for the future. So this is a really good thing. However, with this protection and whatever this thing is here that we're trying to protect, and this protection is not about the COVID. This protection is about your heart, protection of your heart. And that is more emotional and spiritual. So that's where the divine wants to take that. This is, and the reason why is this is the second card out is the Emperor. The Emperor is all about wisdom. Wisdom comes from spirit, not earth. So this is where that comes from, and that is for the future. Here's the problem is we try to think so far out into the future that we really cannot project. And for those people that, even if they say they're psychic or clairvoyant or whatever, I mean, people tell me I'm clairvoyant, but I can't tell because you know what? The divine can shift something in a heartbeat if he wants to, and things can change in a heartbeat, just like the talisman. You might know the way that you're supposed to go, but the problem is that if the divine wants to change something up, he'll change something up. But this wisdom is old wisdom that somebody is seeking. Remember, the card for the year is the Hierophant. So this is a journey to actually seek your heart's desires, what your spiritual, what your emotional desires are. All right. And for somebody, this is brand new. This is a brand new thing. They're a novice at it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's how we learn. That's why I do the empath videos. I do the intuitive videos. If you go on Divine Warrior, you'll find a lot of the spiritual videos. If you go on to Get Balanced 2020, you're going to find a lot of videos on your mindset, on your nutrition and fitness, and also spiritual videos, but a lot of intuitive videos so that you can learn about the paranormal, the superstitious kind of stuff, not superstitious, supernatural kind of stuff. That's why I do that. That is so that you can also learn and learn a few new tools and tips that might help you in your journey. That's why, and they're all free. They're all free. Isn't that awesome? So we also have the Page of Swords next. Page of Swords is leaning towards the Emperor. Now the Page of Swords really wants to go backwards though. The Page of Swords wants to really go towards the Emperor. However, it keeps looking over the shoulder at the past because they just can't seem to get away from the past. And this has to change because as a novice, you have to keep that open mind fully 100% forward. Aquarian energy, Capricorn energy, 2020. Aquarian energy, 2021. If you bring that Capricorn energy into 2021, you're going to slow down your process, and you're going to slow down. You got to let go of the past. Past can't help or do anything for you anyway. It can give you experience. It can give you knowledge. It can give you a lesson. It can give you learning stuff, but that's all it's supposed to do. Bye-bye. Yeah. So let's see what else we've got going for Sag. Yeah. All right. Now the Hawk, there's a message coming for somebody in the future. See, this is future energy. We got future energies here as well. So, good thing. Now, if you watch the full moon video, you'll get a lot of this. So this is energies moving into the first of the week for you guys. However, if you watch the full moon video, you're going to see this is a lot to do with your thought process, the way that you process, the way that you're going to think, whether it's a good omen, a bad omen, a high vibrational omen, a low vibrational omen, that's coming up. So we have the 8 of Cups. Now, if you look at the cups, and this month there's a lot of cups that are coming up because it is the month of the heart. Okay, Leo, full moon in the Leo. Leo is about heart, leadership, and creativity. So this is a lot to do with the heart. So something's missing. Something's missing. Now, is it missing because of your thought process? Is it missing because something? Oh, yeah. Somebody's definitely living in fear. Oh my gosh. Wow. Divine. Wow. Or whoever you're sending through. Yes. Okay, let me get one more card out here. Something's happening with one of you out there that, again, is that fear. To really let go. Now, and whoever this is for, if you found that person and you really like that person, again, I'm going back because it's the love month. The thing is, if you have found somebody that you really like, but you're holding back and you're not allowing yourself to be who you are, then that's being fake. That's lying. That is something that, yeah, that you have to get over. And that is this has to be sort of like your new way of thinking and doing things. Because somebody out there is definitely doing this. I don't know who this is for. But this hidden, that they're trying not to show the side of them, is a very painful, it's sort of like they can't seem to get out of this. And they're making decisions that are going to hold their wheel of fortune back. So there's a decision to make for somebody. Again, this is a message coming for your future. This is a message coming for whatever in your future. And this could be a partnership or whatever. However, you're stuck. There's a Sag that is really stuck. Now, this might be a love thing. This also might be hindering your progress on your future for maybe your work. Maybe it has to do, but I don't see any pentacles here though. So this is definitely to do with your thought process and how you make your decisions. And it's done out of pain, out of hurt, out of frustration. It's out of all the low vibrational energies. I don't know who that is for. But you can change that around. That's the awesome thing, is you can change that around. You can definitely change that around. Because you have, there is a lot of pain. Everybody has pain, scars, wounds, all that kind of stuff. We all have that. However, that is a thought process, like not twisted, but it's sort of torqued a little bit wrong. So you just need to change that torque and bring it back to, and that's a new way of thinking, a new way of learning, a new way of doing things. That's the novice way. Okay, that's, because you didn't know any better. And the reason why I say that for this person, a lot of this pain, the scars, the wounds, and everything that you're making your decisions based out of is fear. It is fear, and it's afraid to have this happen again. It is fear. Somebody hurt you. Somebody. But the thing is, if you stay in fear, then you didn't learn the lesson. Does that make sense to somebody? I don't know who that is. Maybe that's your message today. Because if you live in fear, you did not learn the lesson to move on forward. You're going to stay sort of a novice at that level because you're trying to protect your heart, but you're not growing or learning from that experience to not make that mistake again. So if you're fearful of, following or being in love again, that is just because you haven't stepped out of the box and saying, you know what, that happened, but it's not going to happen again because I'm smarter now. I've gone to that little next level. I went from the novice to the advanced novice, and then we go from the advanced novice to the beginner intermediate. Then we go to the intermediate, and then we go to so that's the whole thing about learning. And with February being a lot about the heart and love, with the moon in Leo, that is a huge. So if you're living and stopping yourself, you're not protecting yourself, you're hindering yourself. Does that make sense? So your decisions are based incorrectly off of broken knowledge, if that makes sense. And brokenness comes from trauma, pain, hurt, sorrow, grief. Grief is a whole different thing, though. Completely different thing. So we won't even go there. Too many cards. Too many cards. Come on now. Too many cards. All right. So let's see where else this energy is going to go for you guys. Since we are in the Leo energy of the full moon today. Woohoo. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, this doesn't show a good depiction of it, but the Six of Pentacles is about give and take. Give and take. And is it even? Is it equal? It'll never be 100% the same. However, this might be something that somebody does have to learn this week. That maybe that if they're a super, super good giver, but they're not a very good receiver, this is maybe where you have to learn and begin to be a good receiver. Because when you are a good receiver, then that begins to become more balanced, but you're also blessing somebody else or helping somebody else in their journey. That was a hard lesson for me to learn, actually this last year, because I am a very big giver and it's very hard for me to receive because of one, I've been too independent for too long. I've been a business owner for too long. I've been a single mom for too long. It's like, no, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. But when somebody wants to give something beautiful to me, it was really hard to accept. Why is that? A lot of past stuff that had to get go. We're all working towards something in our lives. We're all doing something in our lives that needs to bring more balance, right? And that's what takes strength. I can't make this stuff up. It does take strength, people. It really, really does. Sag, it really, really does. This might be your message for your future. This might help somebody in the future. This balance of give and take. If somebody's, here's the thing. You can give and give and give and give and give. And I never stop. I love giving. However, at some point we start to think, well, doesn't anybody give to me? But then we have the issue of receiving. It's a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Okay, so that's for, I don't know who that's for. Maybe that was for me. I'm not a Sagittarian though. So, all right. So let's see what else we've got going for Sagittarians. A lot of this newness that for this week, guys, is letting go of your pain, letting go of your hurt. Yes, and this will bring celebration. This is heart. Remember, full moon today in Leo, heart, 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 heart. It's about the heart. So this is celebration. This is coming together and celebrating. This is like even celebrating that little baby novice step, going from novice to the advanced novice, making that little step that's going to pat yourself on the back and say, oh yeah, I made a little progress. Or somebody, you may not even notice it, but somebody's going to notice it. It's like with somebody I know, I've been watching them go through actually professional counseling, and I can see them going leaps and bounds, but they can't. So a lot of the times we can't see our own progress. We can't, but somebody else can. So pay attention to that. If somebody says, wow, you're really starting to change, or you're really starting to, blossom, or you're really starting, what's going on with you? What are you doing differently? Pay attention to that, because that means that you're stepping from that novice to that advanced novice to whatever it is that you need to let go your pain in. Because this is the month of love. All right. Yes. High Priestess. Love yourself. This is the High Priestess is unconditional love, where she's next to the Hierophant. And the Hierophant and that is about unseen love. As I talk about with the divine is about love, truth, and righteousness. Righteousness is basically what you do when nobody's watching. So if you're supposed to do something or not do something and nobody's watching, are you going to still do that when nobody's watching? That's righteousness. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess, which are the cards for 2021, is all about that integrity, high vibrational integrity, love, and truth. Once you have those two elements, fear goes away. Fear goes away because you love yourself enough to say things or do things to protect yourself, but also to not waste your time on your journey. And then you go from literally novice to almost intermediate to advanced. For example, if you're dating, this is where this problem comes in, and then this happens. This happens. The problem is that you're so fearful. If you're dating and say, I'm out on a first or second date, what's your intentions? What would you like? What are you looking for in the future? And they tell me, I don't know what I really, really want. Okay, that tells me that they're really not serious about finding somebody. And I don't know. I'm just like something casual. And I'm like, oh, so you want booty calls, friends with benefit. Oh, okay. See ya. I didn't waste my time. I was able to ask questions, say, you know what, this is not for me. That's what somebody is fearing to do. Somebody is so afraid to ask questions. Do you love yourself enough? This is the heart month, love month. Love yourself first. And the worst case scenario is they're going to say, no, I'm not interested. Then they're not meant for you. The divine says, they're not meant for you. Would you please? I'm trying to bring somebody to you. And then you're wasting your time. All right. Let me pull a moon card because it's full moon today. Let me pull a full moon card for you guys. Sag. Whew. I'm going through so many hot flashes today. I've had some sugar, so that's probably why. I had a protein bar with sugar in it. And so I've just had hot flash after hot flash. So you would think that by this age, they would be gone. They're not. So if I'm turning bright red on your screen, yep, I'm turning bright red. It's not because I'm embarrassed. Let me tell you, I can talk about sex and all that kind of stuff and not be embarrassed. All right. So, and definitely, okay, so full moon. We have the energies of the heart, leadership, creativity. There's a lot of planet. You got to go watch that one. A lot of planet energies being kerfuffled. This is going on. So if you're feeling anxiety, a little anxious, a little nervous, back it down. Just take it easy. Take a deep breath. Ride with the waves because we got Mercury retrograde coming. You're going to need it. You're going to need to find out where your peace and your joy is at. If you have to go out and hug a pet, go sit in the grass, go hug a tree, go sit in a car by yourself, whatever it is to bring those vibrations up, to go with the flow, to ride the wave, that's got to happen. Because the number 5, it's about instability. And that's where this moon is, because there's so many, this is a hyper moon. There's so many planets hitting back and forth with it and everything that this is the sun and Jupiter and Mars and the moon, and oh my gosh, I can't go into it right now. But the thing is that it's a hyper moon. All right. So let's see what else we have as far as an energy for the full moon, please. Full moon. Yes. Huge. Gentle gardener. So this full moon, the gentle gardener is about not only taking care of yourself. Again, this is about your heart. The gentle gardener, the full moon energy here is about really paying attention. This is a time where you're going to actually see some clarity. You're going to see some, not only clarity for your mind, but spiritually and also physically. For some of you, or you're going to notice that maybe things need to change or things need to happen. But the gardener takes care of their own garden. As you hear a lot of, hi, John. Just a sec, I'll let you know. For the thing here is that the garden is all about taking care of self. And the garden is, when you hear me talk about this in a lot of the readings that I do, if you haven't heard this and this is new, you'll hear it a lot, because you have to imagine yourself as the plant in the middle of a garden. There's nothing else but you and the plant. And so the gardener actually puts a fence around that plant to keep the animals out, right? But also, too, the gardener wants to put good nutrition, good soil, good fertilizer, good everything in there to keep that plant growing and strong. However, if the gardener leaves and allows the plants to have, or the plant to have weeds around it, which is our toxic friends, our toxic habits, things that we do, and that plant, then those weeds begin to choke things out on that plant. So it could start choking you emotionally, physically. It could be choking you all the way around. So that's what this gardener is. This is the full moon energy. Let me tell you, this is really, if you go back and watch the full moon video I just did, this is definitely the full moon energy. The gardener, the gentle gardener, is getting a clear vision of what it's going to take for not only their future, but also to keep the distractions out, which are very toxic or are very low vibrational, low energies. That is weeding your garden. So the gardener comes back and begins to take those weeds out, whether it's, a physical thing like smoking or an addiction, or an emotional. Maybe this person is toxic to me and they need to remove that. That's that Capricorn energy is taking all that out so that the Aquarian energy can move forward. So that's what you have to ask yourself in this next week, because the full moon energy is actually asking you to be more clear. And that's why when I was talking about go to a place where you can be quiet, breathe, or hug an animal, bring those vibrations up, because you need that quietness in you for the Mercury retrograde and this full moon. You need that because you have to be ready for that Mercury retrograde, because that Mercury retrograde wants you not to be clear. That's that low vibration. Doesn't want you to understand yourself. Doesn't want you to understand your existence. Doesn't want you to grow. Doesn't want to protect you. Doesn't want those positive high vibration messages to come in. And that's why it's really, really important right now for you guys to really think about what is toxic, what weeds to need to be, and also stop this is going to happen to some of you guys. This is going to happen in February. Somebody or something is going to happen to get your goat up, or get your red flags up, or get you hyped up like you just want to do this, but then you need to step back before you do anything or say anything. You want to step back and you want to analyze it before you say or speak, because you want to speak out of love. And if it's not worth it, then don't say it, don't do it, because if there's no love in it, then it's very destructive. It's the Mercury retrograde energy. So really analyze before you do say or anything, because that is going to be really huge in February. especially when it comes to relationships and arguments and matters of opinion, that kind of thing. All right. But that's your full moon energy, guys. That's your full moon energy. So let me see, John, you had a question. Sagittarians and Aquarius is compatible for her love life. What happened, the relationship between us? Thanks. The first thing that I heard in a download is your communication. Somebody's not communicating or allowing, thank you. So allowing somebody to communicate in the way that they need. So I think that is a communication issue between you two, if you're still there. And that can actually be rectified very easily, because that's all about perspectives. That's all about, and that's actually in your Aquarian energy, that's in your Sagittarian energy this month. Learning new ways to communicate, learning new ways to understand somebody's perspective. There's no, you never argue. You don't have to. People who argue makes no sense to me anymore. I used to argue. I'm not a yeller. I've never been a yeller, a screamer. There was one time I was, and I was like, why am I screaming and yelling? Is because the person literally just didn't give a shit. And so it was like, okay, then I need to shut down, because this is wasting my energy, my time, and everything. And I don't, because there's a way of communicating. I took so much communication in college and psychology and human behavior. But the thing is that a lot of what we do that ruins our relationships, whether it be friends, family, lovers, husband, wives, that kind of a thing, is number one, communication. But that's the first thing I heard. All right. So I hope that helped. And you can always email me if you have more questions. Definitely email me. It's always free. I don't charge for anything. The only time I charge, so anybody listening, is if we do a one-on-one reading, or if I do one-on-one in-depth counseling. Not counseling, excuse me, coaching. I can't say I'm a counselor. I have to say I'm a coach. So the thing is that we would do one-on-one coaching. All right. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I will see you on the 8th. We're done through the full moon. And just hang on. If you're watching this on the 28th, hang on. The energies are going to get more intense. So if you need a question or anything, just come and see me. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on live. I do majority of my readings live. I would say 99.9%, unless I'm going away or something like that. And all my other readings are live as well, as far as full moons and stuff like that. Empath, paranormal, supernatural, all that kind of stuff is live. All right. Take care, you guys. Have a great week. And thanks, John, for your question. Appreciate it.